First and foremost, I want to say lunch breaks are bad.
Yeah.
You could be 3-0 and you go on a lunch break, you come back, you're cold, lost.
Tournament fatigue is like something that we need to touch space more on, and like, maybe in the future we can get you back on and talk more about that, Diego.
Especially if you're traveling, it can also take a toll on you.
And then you had people making music videos with the product, and then you had just weird things going on. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Northside Plow with Pop.1 Podcast. Here, my boy Alexander Valito.
Welcome back.
My boy Brian Ha.
Hello.
And our very, very special guest, welcome back, Diego, Orangesamuraid, coming back hot. We are in Las Vegas for the Bandai Card Fest.
So glad to be back. Yeah.
We had talked to him last time in Dallas, which we had fun out in Dallas, and we got to sit down, and it was a really good conversation. And that's why we wanted you back, because we really loved the conversation that we had. It was just full of information, full of who you are and what you're about, and I'm excited to get into it. So let's let this intro roll, and we can get right into it.
Awesome.
All right. All right, Diego, we are here in Las Vegas, man. And do you come out here often?
I've only been here twice prior to this, which was for the first Treasure Cup that happened 2023, around February, actually. So same time. And that was the one my friend Jeff Wiskovich, he got second place with Kaido.
Oh, okay.
Well, he lost to Jackson, unfortunately, who was on Kid, I believe. Yeah. So second time, I went in for the Lorcana DLC because I was working back with the TO at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that was a fun. I was like basically like a TO, like a lead. I was doing side events, I think. So that was pretty fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So we went out there today. We did the LCQ. And dude, I will say, from past adventures in my Bandai Fest world, I think this is one of the smoothest like setups for an LCQ that I've ever been a part of. And
it looked like it was really smooth, and the line transition was going along. Al was setting line with us to kind of seeing everything going on, and it was very well organized for the most part. And I'm kind of into it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if Bandai, I'll give them the kudos for this one. The LCQ ran smoothly today.
Yeah,
100%.
I will say, after y'all left, me and Brister, we sat outside for a solid 2 hours, I want to say. They didn't listen until about 12:15. Y'all got into
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm just telling him to get closer to the mic. Yeah.
So y'all got into it around 9:40, I want to say. From 9:50, we lined up. And the girl running the line today was fantastic. She had that thing like set. She had that thing locked. She made that thing go smooth. 25 people at a time. It went by pretty quick. We were able to get in and get it done.
I had walked up because it had said get there at 7:30 to start the, knowing Bandai, it's like, okay, if you need to be there early, go ahead and get there early. Yeah. So I got up at like 7, and I ended up getting there because it's right down the road from our room. And I saw the line, and I was like, "Oh man, here we go, man. I'm about to be here for a few hours." No, like as soon as 7:30 hit on the dot, everybody just started going in, and they were just like, "Here, go. Make sure you have your QR code out, and it's time to roll." So, day one Bandai Fest, it seems like we're looking good.
Yeah, or day 0 technically, but
yeah, for sure. But that's Bandai Fest. Let's talk about Diego, man. So what's been going on, man?
We've been busy, man.
Yeah, we see you on TikTok, we see you on Instagram, and you're just always there with the One Piece news, man. I honestly, if I'm looking, Gundam too.
When I can, it's like obviously, like I told you before, I work at Disney, and it's afternoon to night job, and I get up late in the day, I get ready for work, go to work, I get home, I have to eat something, and it's like it's 2-3 in the morning already. It's like, so that's like my entire day. But so I'm off usually weekends, and that's pretty flexible with my job. It's a restaurant, so I can just get my shift away or ask for PTO, and it's fine. Like this weekend, I don't lose other than Thursday and Sunday.
Yeah.
And I fly back Monday, and I work Monday.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad. But for like the news and stuff, I see, like, I already know it's like a schedule because it's Japan news, 6 or 7 a.m. for us, or like at 10 p.m. I've checked the social and stuff. The website gets updated Friday, maybe like 3 or 4 or 5 in the morning, depending. So by the time you wake up, it's already up. Sometimes they'll have random announcements like how they have the Red Bull thing on the random afternoon, which is cool event. I did not get into one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And there was like 4 in Florida.
Yeah, that was. I saw there was a lot in Florida. We didn't get any close to us. Like Orlando, Arkansas, and San Antonio were the closest ones, and they were like 8-hour plus drives.
Yeah, and it wasn't like Little Rock, Arkansas. It was like middle of nowhere.
Yeah, middle of nowhere, Arkansas. So we decided to just mulligan it and just say maybe next time.
We had a couple friends that got to, because they have family out in Chicago, so they were able to get into the Chicago one very easily, which is surprising.
No, not easily.
Oh, really?
It was like if you were there, it was really they were. It was the app was going crazy. The app,
me too.
like we were at locals and like we were trying to get next round started, and literally all of us were like looking at our phones like, hey, my app's not like. It was just like a 15-minute stall.
Just like
spinning wheel.
Yeah, it was just bad. And today too, like I had a little issue.
It a few times today too.
Dude, I was getting worried because like they were like we need your 2D code, and I was like, all right, and then like my app was just spinning, and I was like, like, where am I? And like they're like, if you're not ready, stand aside. I was like, oh yes sir. Trust me.
They were pretty locked and loaded today. I will say that the app did have a few bugs, but it could just be like even in this hotel room, I'm having like I'm having like weird servers.
My connection is like iffy.
Yeah. So the app so far though, I will always praise the Bandai TCG Plus app, man.
100%.
It is so good, and
it's come a long way.
Yeah, and
it's
actually,
a work in progress.
Actually, today I was informed that all the like side event tickets and stuff like that, they're all digital now.
Yeah.
So that was really good too. So after I was done today, I didn't have to like wait in a long line to get these tickets or anything. A lot of people were not too happy about it though, because there's like a underground market of tickets. You know,
it's a lack of information, I think, because like a lot of people are asking me, they're like, where's the information? A judge happened to just. Like, here, scan this QR code. I just saved that QR code.
Yeah, they gave me that one too.
I will say though, like the staff this time around does know the information, whereas last time I felt like they were really confused.
They're a little bit more well informed this time. Maybe like
maybe they had a packet this time.
Maybe they actually did a meeting and all that stuff this time. I applaud them regardless though.
Yeah.
Like thank you Bandai, thank you PlayStation for listening to our concerns and listening to our surveys and.
Kind of like they definitely do. They have a whole team that reads those things.
Yeah. And then redeemed yourselves for this part so far. Like we're looking, we're about to hit day 1 though, and we'll see from there. And
I think there's a lot. So like they have let everybody know that general admissions already like super capped sold out. Yeah. There's no wait list or anything anymore. There's no so if you don't have it, essentially don't come. But they have been a lot was. I felt like the notifications today were like just like on point, I just felt like the last time we were in Dallas, like we weren't getting any notifications. We weren't getting like anything, the line for the retail, that's a whole nother story. And we'll see how that goes tomorrow. Yeah. But for the most part, it was a good one. But back to Diego, man, it's like every time I open up my Instagram or I open up TikTok and, or even Facebook, it's some Orange Samurai news, man, and I'm just like, there's my boy, man. He's locked in, he's ready to go, and I don't look for anybody to get news. If somebody's talking about some tournament or some format that has come up, and I don't know anything about it, I go straight to Orange Samurai and see, and it's always there. So
that, or I just link it to our chat. And I'm like, hey, here's Orange's
You're in our chat a lot.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah. Unfortunately, if I only had the means to like a website or something, but it's like more difficult. Whereas social media, at least you're opening the app because you're usually on it already and you'll see it then. So it's, a lot of people, like we have One Piece Card Game website. You can literally Google that and find it. But obviously, not everybody's going to go out of their way.
Yeah.
Whereas on social media, you're going to go, open no matter what. And you'll see, front of my feed, news.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more advantageous and also more convenient. Because a lot of people like I've traveled all around, and I've been to Mexico, Germany, the Netherlands, and whatever, and they tell me, "Oh, I found out about the game through you because I see it on Facebook or something," and it's like that's how I got into the game because I found out there's a card game for One Piece.
Yeah.
So without then checking on Facebook and seeing my page pop up, or they wouldn't know. So it's an advantage that there's that I post on socials because not everybody has the time of day to stop, open a browser, and say. Let's Google if there's a One Piece card game website and then find out everything, right? So,
it's people like you that definitely like make a lot of this easier because I will say that if you're just not locked in on information, it's very hard to get it. Yes. You know what I mean? Like you said, people aren't just going to go to onepiececardgame.com, read everything, because there's a lot of text on
yeah,
anything.
a lot of text, a lot of navigation. I'll say the links to everything is just it's just a lot of like clicking until you get to the part that you want to get. Yeah. But you've been really busy though. I've been seeing you travel. This is like your third Bandai Fest now, or fourth.
So
since Dallas.
Oh, since Dallas.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, yeah, because there was Dallas, Dusseldorf, and here.
Okay.
Yeah, the European. Like the only one I haven't gone to was the Utrecht.
Utrecht.
Yeah.
And then you went to LATAM for something too.
Yeah. Usually, I'm good friends with the TO at Sang Sang events, the Mexico TO.
Yeah.
And I've done the casting, judge and casting for their final sis. So I've done their first one, which was last year, and the second one this year.
Yeah.
So
you competed a couple bit too, didn't you?
I usually travel because it's not a cheap ticket to go to Mexico. Also.
Yeah.
So I've only played when there's like a second day of events. Like they're doing more treasure cups on as a side event the next day and whatnot. So like the one time I went for a regional, the next day on Sunday they had 8 a.m. treasure cup, 2 p.m. treasure cup, and I was like, can I play in the 2 p.m. one? Sure.
Wow.
X2. What was it? X3 with Calgara. Okay, that was the UP format though. So
would you say there's any differences in events, say in Dusseldorf, in Germany, I guess, or Latin America versus America?
So like basically what happens with it depends on TOs because a lot of it is based on them. So here we have your core, your PPG, your play TCG, booster box. What is it? The Carta Magica, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then in LATAM, they only have like 2 or 3. They have LATAM TCG, Play LATAM, that's Chile. They have Sang Sang in Mexico and the City Class games in Brazil, I believe it was. So it's only very small TOs and they're designated to those areas. And in LATAM, it's very limited because without saying too much about how the situation is in South America, it's harder to get people to work and do events over there or travel. So staffing is a lot tougher to get.
Yeah.
And there's I would say it's a lot more spirit and they try more to be more people pleasing and help out. They're more strict. Like in Mexico, they're very strict on how to play the game. They come from they're Pokemon TOs almost pretty much. Just do all these special events. They have one in Mexico. They go to the EUIC, they go to the NAIC and whatnot. And they have rules like no third-party sleeves, unlicensed product. So your playmat cannot be unlicensed. Your sleeves cannot be unlicensed. So no SpongeBob 3 Admiral sleeves.
Okay.
You can't have that.
Also, I think wasn't there a thing where like this guy got like he kept on getting judge called because he was playing the card first before he rested the Dawn.
There's a sequence in the booklet when you get the starter decks. It's a sequence of what you got to do. It's your refresh, your draw, your dawn phase, all that stuff, right? So they go everything by the book. They want everything in zones. I think the only time where they're getting more flexible lately is the inverse. If you're like left-handed, which they've gotten to understand that is a request, that's a demand.
Okay.
But they're very strict on zoning, on the sequencing, and the culture they have cultivated there in Mexico at least. I don't know about Chile because I haven't gone yet, but it's like they do a stream and they put on the noise canceling headphones, putting some white noise or something, and they always tell them communicate to your opponent. All right, so I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna refresh. Refresh over here. I'm gonna tap 1 down, play this card, blah blah blah. So they always make sure that everything is out there, so it's been heard by each player, the people in the back, and if there's any kind of incident, they have like a team in the back also cut, rewind, seeing what happens. So if there's any kind of judge call, they do show that to the judge too. So they're super cool about that, and so they do really well. For Europe, I've not been on the backstage side of things, so I don't know how they do things, but there's way more TLs in Europe because there's like so many more countries, right? Like Spain, there's the Pokemon TL, it's not Limitless, it's the I forget his name. But,
now you make me draw a blank too. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, forget, man.
Now I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, and then there's the main one, the one that does all the streams now is Card Sport Entertainment, I think it was. That's like their play, I think. The one that overall oversees the deals and stuff, I believe. And Raid and Trade, they have the Occitana, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So they all have their own thing. They all have their own niche in what they do. But I think personally, the judge staff, to me, in my opinion, for what I've seen, the best one is NNA because I've gone to work with these guys a lot. And a lot of them are like localish people to me, like the even the level zeros, they're from Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have Ben, he's the One Piece one, he's from Orlando. He's one of my locals. Emily, who is the Gundam one. and she was been for the longest time a assistant head judge for One Piece 2. Like if you did Gen Con last year, she was the head judge for Gen Con.
Okay.
So it's a lot of talented people. They try their best to make the best events. Like a lot of the events, any issue that you see, usually it's like maybe app error, like something crashed in the app. It's an app, it happens, right?
Yeah.
But if it's like the judge side of things, it's efficient. Like everybody had nothing but good things to say about the One Piece Day pre-regionals because it was just fast, right?
It was really nice.
Yeah.
I was in both of them, and like it was ran smoothly.
Yeah.
But like I didn't buy product though because I was too busy playing. But like that's an old story for another.
And then like my brother Daniel and I have been like doing judging for One Piece since like forever. Like we've judged One Piece since the DLBs.
Yeah. Okay.
Way back when we tried to use the app the first time, and that was for core. And it crashed because it couldn't stress level 512 players.
Right.
And then they had to start over and I think they used Arcanine for core, I think. And that was how the whole thing started with like every TO will have their own pairings, Arcanine, Best Coast pairings, all that stuff. And yeah, like I've gotten to know a lot of the staff in judges a lot because I used to travel with them.
Yeah.
They're really good. And I don't really see much issue with them, with the core group of people. So whenever you have like a good experience in like the Midwest and Top Cut events is phenomenal also.
Yeah,
They're really good guys. And the judges there in the Midwest are awesome. So they all come to Card Fests.
I think a lot of the flack that a lot of these people get is just it's based off of stuff that they can't really control. You know what I mean? And like we've talked about it here. Of course, everything needs criticism. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like we try to let everybody know. Don't blame the staff. Don't because honestly, they're out of control. You got to think Bandai and One Piece, and these are big names. Bigger than anybody trying to run these tournaments. And they're just doing their best. There's been really great events and there's been, not so great. But at the end of the day, we're all still coming out here. We're all still coming to play. And hopefully we can not only give the players a good, place to play, but also give the staff, because, they're here on a kind of a vacation type of thing. You know what I mean? When they travel to all these stuff, you know how it is, man. You come out here. Yeah, it's work, but, you're enjoying it. So it's not really work. You know what I mean? And I think that Play TCG is really just trying to lock in, and I think that hopefully this weekend it'll be a good time for them, and we can say nothing but great things about what's going on around here.
You can see it's gotten better. Like they're taking feedback and they're taking improvements on every situation. Like I would think that Dallas will be like the first time something's happened in quite a bit. So then they saw things like the merch and the lining and all that stuff, how overpopulated the building was. And now you see it being reflected in Vegas where now you're pre-buying all the Gundam stuff. So big thing that happened at Dallas was they had Gundam for the first time on sale with the Soleta Mirioni playmat. And that was what everybody wanted.
Yeah.
And now you have to pre-buy it. So no one's out lining up for 2 a.m. try and fight for it, right? So that's eliminating some of the challenges with people lining up and safety and all that stuff. There was way too many people in Dallas. Well, now they limited the tickets for general admission because I don't know when GA ended in Dallas, for example, but it ended pretty early for Vegas over here. So a lot of people say they couldn't get in and they were waitlists were not selected. And it's like, unfortunately, there's only so many spots in the building, and if they oversell it, it's going to generate a less favorable experience for the people already there.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, it is less people, but the ones that are here are going to have a better time because it's not as crowded.
Yeah.
And if they're worried about like selling product, like I don't think they should have a problem with that. I think they're going to get sold. Like things are going to get sold.
Yeah, everything's going to sell. And we've said this for the past, or I have for the past few episodes. I just think that, Bandai Card Fest, with nationals being involved for the Bandai Card Fest, we got big Gundam events going on. We got big Dragon Ball Super stuff going on, Union Arena, a lot of stuff. Maybe, let's switch out the One Piece nationals, because obviously that's the big, elephant in the room. Yeah, let's just switch out what they do for One Piece Day. Just give us 3 big regionals for the Bandai Card Fest, and let's put nationals with One Piece Day. That way, it'll kind of, I think, and this is just my opinion, that it'll kind of help the flack a little bit. It'll kind of, help ease people's minds. Let them focus on Gundam this weekend. Let them focus on Union Arena. We can focus on One Piece because, we're playing some regionals or whatever, but not as much. You know what I mean? Because it just seems like that might be the issue, but we'll never know unless they try something like that.
Yeah. So as a matter of fact, actually, that is something that I think they're kind of working their way through because just from seeing how they're doing things for this cycle. So not necessarily having the final or Nats be in a One Piece day or a separate venue, but I feel it's gonna get there eventually to a point because One Piece is huge and so on, right? It's huge.
Oh yeah.
But one thing that has broken the cycle is that the world final, the Worlds, is no longer gonna be at Bandai Card Fest in Tokyo. They have changed that. So since the announcement at Dallas at the end of the stream, Doa and Aspire, I think it was, they said, hey, so we're gonna have the world final for One Piece card game, Gundam card game, and Digimon card game at the Bandai Miraiken Studio, and that's a closed Worlds. The week before Bandai Card Fest, so it's like I think March 15 something is the Worlds weekend. The following week is the Card Fest weekend, and that's another thing that they changed because it is no longer in one single place.
Yeah.
They have split it in 3 different buildings. So one building is One Piece, one is Digimon, and the other one is Dragon Ball, UA, Gundam, and Battle Spirits.
Yeah.
So it's like they're already separating things, and I think having a Worlds be separate from Card Fest helps it because there's so much stuff and schedules that they have to do. Because if you guys got to watch Dusseldorf Card Fest, they fell behind because Dragon Ball went on for so long. Because if I know it's unlimited, right? So most rules for Bandai card games. So the Digimon producer had to apologize for the delay. I think they were like over an hour late.
Yeah, I think I was watching some of it, and like there was like a big pause for a while, and I was like, "What's going on?" And I just kind of turned it off.
And then something I don't know if they'll talk about it backstage or not, on camera or not. That Khrushchev, the guy that was in the finals, Aibo, he was in the finals for Gundam. He had to leave, so they had to put the finals for Gundam earlier than they should have because he had to leave and they wanted him to play the final. So they played the final. He got 2-0 because it was it was 1 Year War against Wing Zero, I think it was. Yeah.
Wing Zero.
Yeah. So it was that. So that was like super quick final, 2-0, whatever, or 2-1. So they had to do it ahead of schedule. And then I think the tournament was supposed to end like at 6 or something. It was like 8.
Yeah.
Because the finals are unlimited.
Yeah.
But yeah, like having those deadlines for time for like those producer things that they have to do. Like we're going to have Shun do a pre-recorded message. We have the Digimon person, UA person doing some messages about like the game, upcoming news. So having the worlds be separate is going to get more time for the gameplay to be shown on a separate stream. And then have the Card Fest stuff where they have to do, the presentations the following week.
Yeah. Well, with all this popularity, man, Bandai just has their hands full, man.
Yeah.
I mean, what's going on down here. We had the biggest Pokemon boom that we've seen since coronavirus, and then following right after it was the game that we all love. And guys, we have been going through it, you know what I mean? And shout out to everybody still sticking around with the game. We had a lot of people that were just like, I can't do this anymore, blah, blah, blah. But we did get some good news not too long ago, and I got the info from you, actually, that we had a reprint announcement. And so a lot of stuff, some weird stuff is going on with EBO3. We had some product that I guess was stolen.
Yeah. Some distributor said that their product was taken or before they got it or something. Yeah, that was.
And then you had people making music videos with the product, and then you had just weird things going on to where it was like, okay, booster boxes are booster boxes, not cases, guys, are pre-selling for $700.
Yeah, and then like SPs are going for like thousands of dollars right now.
And thousands
like
of
these
dollars,
are manga prices for SPs. Like
now
that's,
I do get that Bandai
ridiculous.
probably has never expected one of their card games to reach. I mean, they've had super successful card games. We got Digimon, we got Dragon Ball Super, we got all that stuff. But it seems like they weren't ready for what One Piece was bringing to the table, and it's only gotten bigger. I mean, it is a great game. EBO3 $700 boxes. I mean, I don't know who can even afford that. I mean, we've seen it, you know what I mean? People can afford it. But it's just it was blowing my mind that we're so locked in with our local community. We have 2 locals that take care of us very well, you know what I mean? So it's like we never really have like a problem getting product. We always think we do, but it ends up getting there, and they sell it to us at retail. They make sure that the players are good. But I mean, man, we get these emails, we get these people coming all the time that, not only are there the community scalping them, but even the stores are scalping them. So, this looked like a big, payday for all of these shops. And, I understand people got to pay bills and stuff like that, but there's ways to do it, right? And whenever Bandai announced this reprint, not only for EBO3, but for OP13 as well, which is a super hot set, 2 of the best decks in the game still from that set. And then not to mention the mangas, the the very special
packs.
SPs, the demon packs, the stuff like that. I mean, just so much good stuff that was a great set that, in my opinion, you know, not really on a meta standpoint, but like for people to get into One Piece, it was a good thing to open. You know, that set, I believe, brought a lot of people to the card game.
Yeah,
and I
because
believe
you
it's
have
block 4 too. So
it's
block 4 too. So it's gonna last a long time for us.
Yeah, it's also one of the best decks in the game, Emu, which, you know, however you feel about the deck.
super affordable.
Yeah, $40.
Yeah. I mean, you can spend $40
Yeah.
and get one of the best decks in the game. And if you can comprehend card games just a little bit, you can pilot the deck very well too.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a good thing. And what something else got announced as well?
Yeah, they also are reprinting the 3rd anniversary Three Brothers collection thing again, you know?
Oh, yeah, they're gonna run it back.
So I actually was supposed to get one. I got the confirmation that I got it, and then they refunded me.
Yeah.
So I was really disappointed.
We were actually in locals together whenever it dropped, and we were so locked in. We were like messing up our rounds and everything like that because I was like, "Dude, we just got to get this, man. Like, I don't care about this tournament right now. I just got it because of what's going on right now. I mean, we said this before. Monkey D. Luffy. That's what everybody's like calling it. But
Luffy D Monkey. They call it Luffy D Monkey.
Yeah, Luffy
Technically,
D
they're
Monkey.
not wrong, but
And and it's just becoming like, you know, the new Pikachu, the new Hello Kitty, the new, you know, everything that if you want to play a Luffy card or have a Luffy leader or have Luffy Dawn, it's so much
chain.
money.
It's
Yeah,
just
I
going
know,
up
right?
like crazy. Like the Afro Luffy that we got for Enron is going for what right now? 120?
Yeah, it's
and
something
nobody
like
wanted.
that.
That was like for peanuts, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
today was like, yeah, I'm only like paying 50 on them. And I was like, yeah, I bet you are, man. Like,
Yeah,
you know?
I'll wait 2 months and sell it for 280.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, I'm glad that I'm keeping all my stuff and really, you know, loving the game, loving the collection and stuff. Now, it does feel good if I need to buy a deck or need to buy some alt art, you know, they're good trade bait, or if I do need to just like sell them to, you know, get some money to get this stuff, then it's a good thing too, but not like this, you know what I mean? Like, and it's just been very rough for everybody. But I am glad that the reprints are coming, and I'm glad that Diego's here to give us all the news for One Piece, man. Like you definitely keep us updated.
When I try.
I
can.
What are your thoughts on reprints? How big do you think this reprint is going to be?
It depends on what they're gonna print out, right? So I don't know. Mostly, I think it might have to do with whatever hits like retail shelves and not LGSs, because most people don't know what a local card shop is. Most people, they're gonna see it at Target, at Five Below, at GameStop. They're gonna see it at Hot Topic and whatever. Walmart. So it's whatever hits the most in those stores is what's gonna get people's attention. But also at the same time, not every store has like limits and stuff. So
Didn't they also say that they were going to specifically focus on LGSs that had consistent tournaments? Wasn't that part of that
100%.
announcement?
That's a big paragraph. Yeah, it did say that. So they do have their tiering for stores like the gold, silver, bronze already. So if they give them more allocation, because I do believe that's been a thing that's been going on. They have like the allocation gets cut on stores, and then there's shortages, and you know there's more demand, not enough supply. So if they do reward the gold stores that have that, then for sure, because that's the thing. Bandai sees how a store is doing by seeing how many people and how often they launch tournaments. So if your store is not launching tournaments, they're not gonna increase your standing or see that you're doing well. That's one of the issues that happened with Latin America, because nobody used the app. They all did signups via WhatsApp. So it's like they asked, like, how do I make a regional? How do I host a regional? Well, they didn't even know people play One Piece because they didn't use the app. They went on WhatsApp and they have, 30 locals and then signing up, paying out whatever and whatnot. And now that they use the app strictly, we got regionals in Brazil, regionals in Peru.
Nice.
They're expanding in Chile. They're expanding, in Mexico. So
that's good.
Using the app lets Bandai know that there's popularity and they want it to be there. And who knows, we might get, things more in Central America, outside of Mexico, Latin America, in other European countries. They just got Greece and Croatia, I believe, too, which is not a thing that happened the first couple cycles of the game, too. So the more they use the app, the more things they're going to get, event-wise and product-wise now, apparently.
Yeah.
Do we think they're going to reprint the One Ace poster like correctly this time, too, with this confirmation? Or they're going to leave it at the as the error?
That'd be crazy if
that's a
they
good
left it
question.
as the error. Like, that would be wild.
No, I think they would do it that way, I think, because, like, I don't know how any of the card making works for any card game. Yeah, but it's like, I can only imagine they're going to leave it as is and then
because they're offering people. They're like, if you trade it in,
So they already
They already fixed it, right?
So the foreign one already got done because you have to do it in person in LATAM. The English one, you can mail it, and it ends in a year and a half or so, something like that.
Yeah.
I will say if they do fix it, it'll just boost the value of that other one way
old
more.
one, yeah.
I actually saw 2 today. A dude had 2 PSA 10 chilling with them. He's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to sell them." I was like, "Yeah, no, I don't want it."
I want it, but I don't want it for what you're asking for.
I want it. You know what I mean? But yeah, it is what it is.
That was my highest chase, I think.
Well, let's take a little quick break. We'll listen to our sponsors, and then I think we got an email today.
Yeah, we do. I think you'd be the perfect person to start going over this.
Well, let's do it.
Protect your leader in style with Anchor Good Gaming.
Wait. We have a script.
Yeah, you were sleeping though, bro. I told you this already.
Is he being for real?
Yeah.
Preston, we really have a script?
Yes. Protect your leader. Yes. I literally gave you the whole script. Protect your leader in style with Anchor Good Gaming's leader cases. This is your part now, Alex. You say and soon to be champions.
And soon to be champions.
It's more than that. It's more than that, dude.
And soon you'll be able to do champions too.
Did you forget the script already? Coming soon, champions. What was it? Preston, do you remember? Yeah. Okay, fine. Let's backtrack it then. Sorry to interrupt this episode. Okay.
I got you.
Okay.
All right. Sorry to interrupt this episode.
We're here to talk to you about your leader.
Do that again.
All right. Go ahead.
Oh, we want it to be like at the same time? Sorry to interrupt this episode.
We're here to talk about your leader.
Anchor Goods.
Hold on. That's not terrible.
Sorry to interrupt this episode.
We're here to talk about your leader and soon to be champions.
What did I say after this? Are we just winging this? Was that the plan this whole time?
From our sponsor, Anchor Goods Gaming. Yes, Anchor Goods Gaming. Anchor Goods. Is it Anchor Goods Gaming? And then I'll say something like protect your leader in style with Anchor Goods, what was it? Anchor. Okay. Sorry to interrupt this episode.
Can you just get the script and just edit it?
I don't have a script.
Me and Brian here are here to talk to you about your leader, and then
I think this should be the ad. And then you'll just say, dude, there's a link down below for some leader cases. They're nice. Just check them out. That's the affiliate link. Thank you guys.
Peace. Okay.
Anchor Goods. Right now, just say it. Just Anchor Goods.
Anchor Goods. Peace.
Welcome back to the show. So we like to ask people to send us emails at pop1podcastsubmissions@gmail.com. That's pop1podcastsubmissions@gmail.com. And I think what we're going to start doing is letting you know when we actually are reading your email, what episode to watch it for. So to this person, this is the episode that we're watching it. Hey guys, I'm a somewhat new listener. I mostly consumed reels and shorts at first, but I've recently started listening to your full-length episodes, and I love what you guys are doing. Appreciate it, man. I'm from a small town in the Northeast, and we've got a pretty awesome LCS with a steadily growing community. Our locals usually average around 16 to 20 plus players a night, and I tend to do pretty well there. My question is, what are the actual next steps competitively? I've been trying to figure out how the competitive scene works in One Piece card game, but it's honestly kind of confusing. There are a bunch of side events, some of which seem to count towards invites for bigger tournaments, and others that don't usually mean anything standing-wise, but will have good prizing. I've also heard people talk about seasons, but I don't really understand what that means. How long is a season? What does it lead to? How do you sign up for bigger events? Where do you find reliable information about when they're happening? What should I expect at something like a regional? Is there a clear, easy to follow pipeline from locals to the highest level events? Or is it more of a free will or all where you just have to scramble to hear about events and register before they sell out? If I'm flying in for something like that, how early should I arrive? Are these events usually 1 day or 2?
He's ready.
He's ready. That's why I wanted to do it with Diego, man. Are there schedule breaks for food? What does a typical day actually look like from check-in to the final round? Basically, I'd love a full breakdown of how the competitive structure works from start to finish. Thank you guys for everything you do, and I hope you cover this on a future episode. We are. And good luck in Vegas. Thank you.
Well, that's cool that he's ready to go.
He's
Pretty
ready.
much. He's got all the questions.
All the right questions
Give
too.
us the sauce orange.
First and foremost, I want to say lunch breaks are bad.
Yeah.
You could be 3-0 and you go on a lunch break, you come back, you're cold, lost. Yeah. No, I hate lunch breaks because I don't know. It just feels like you have your momentum and you just dies.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
of course, it's cool to have your little lunch break. It's been a nap time for me sometimes. But so it is an amazing set of questions because it's literally all the right questions. But to start off with the seasons, because I think it's like the overarching situation. It is an odd way that Bandai does it because like to us, a season in sports is like the whole calendar year, right? So for Bandai games, it's a season within a year. So example, right now we're in a 2025, 2026 championships. So the first season, it is from the start of it, usually March after Worlds, to the first final. So we had Dallas. And as a final, so we can conclude that it ended because they had a final in Dallas and they had a final in, I think, Paris, I think. So that's the end of season 1. So season 2 starts right after. And then we had our final in Dusseldorf in Germany, the final in Mexico City, the final in, I think it was Sydney in Australia, and then the final here in Vegas. And that concludes season 2 because they like to split it in 2 seasons within a year. So every championship year has 2 seasons. One in the summer-ish, because summer, and then the winter, pretty much. So that's the way to split it. For the events, the reader did mention that there is these tournaments that have pricing, some that don't have invites and all that stuff. And that is a great thing to catch because he or she caught on to like the most important thing. There's so many events with Bandai games, such as little side things like we're doing the Heroines side event, which we're doing that next month.
Next month.
Sign-ups are up now, by the way.
It's up right now. Yeah. So with that, the main structure with the events, first and foremost, I want to say that I do have a guide. If you want to check it out, it's on METAFY. It's a free guide. You just got to make the account and hit subscribe, and it's free.
Put the link in the description. Yeah,
it's the guide to One Piece card game in 2025. I've not updated this because we're not still done with 2025 for One Piece Bandai at least. So that has all the product, all the events, how they work and everything else. But I'm still going to go over that right now. So, it starts with the LGS, and that's your local store tournament. And then we have little things that go within the LGS that happens every now and then. Buddy battle, the 2v2s, 3-on-3, whatever it is. They have, we're getting the Heroines thing. That's a little side event thing, thematic. Then we have things like treasure cups, store treasure cups. And those are literally a local that's a little bit more prestige because it has treasure cup pricing. And for what I've seen, it's somewhat altered pricing of the top 16 card, I think. So like Tashigi, right? Tashigi, for example.
Yeah,
so she's green.
They changed it recently because I had the one treasure cup I won, I got the Charlotte Pudding.
Pudding was purple.
Yeah, it was a purple
She didn't have the trimming of the treasure cup.
She's not the trimming, no.
Right.
But when I got it graded and it says champion on it. Like it's a PSA champ, like because I won it.
But yeah, pretty much
be a little
like
error right there.
So
Could
for
be.
some odd reason, treasure cups get treated that way. So it is usually top 16 pricing for the winner of the equivalent thing. So the regional or treasure cup. So Pudding, Tashigi, but it doesn't have the little trimming. There is no invites because treasure cups are just for pricing. That's treasure cup.
Yeah.
Then there's store regionals, and those are equivalent pricing of regular regionals, and those have the actual top 16 price list, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, and those grant you the invite to a final, the Nats, depending on the populace of the event. So if it's 64 people, you get 8 invites or
64 is 4.
Yeah, okay, there
And
we go.
32 is 2. That's
There
like,
we go.
those are the 2 I've been to.
Yeah.
So anything more than that is probably more.
Yeah. And so we did used to have once upon a time online events, which I'm gonna miss because I work, and it's like traveling does take time.
Yeah.
So being at home on a weekend, waking up on Saturday or Sunday, and you just get online and you just play cards, that's awesome, right? But they did say we're gonna have treasure cups at side events now instead of full on in-person ones.
Yeah.
Because it used to be here at Vegas, we had one of the first treasure cups, and that's a full on regional like event in a venue and everything.
Yeah.
But now it's only gonna be a side event. And if you are by California or Texas, they do have treasure cups coming up in March, and which is going to be side events for the big events the same weekend.
Right.
So those treasure cups now starting the cycle of 2026, 2027, they're going to be the day 2 event, side event. So you do your regional, your day 1, you don't make top cut, you can play a treasure cup. and that's your Zero Zoro. You know, they think they're
Right.
gonna have Garp is top 64 and
Yeah.
whatnot. Yeah. So another high level tournament to play into for pricing because the invites go to the regional ones.
Yeah.
They're your qualifiers per se. Besides that, everything else is like a side event or thematic thing. Heroines, 2-on-2, 3-on-2s, Red Bull.
I say the Red Bull.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Double Dawn, yeah.
So that one is like a cool thing because it's not just Bandai or One Piece card game, it's also Red Bull involved. So
Yeah.
I think that's why they had it be on the more Midwest because
Yeah.
I didn't know this either. Milwaukee's like their home base, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's
Interesting.
why they wanted it that way. So probably, you know, a lot of people were concerned about like, oh, I couldn't get it in my state. But I think, you know, for a first time collaboration with such a huge company, it's like tremendous, right?
Yeah, no,
Because,
this
like-
is crazy because like Red Bull's
Yeah.
like a global. I mean, I know Bandai's globally known too, but like for a more niche community, like Red Bull, like they sell Red Bull everywhere.
Yeah, and they own sports teams. They own the New York Red
Yeah.
Bulls. They own the Salzburg ones. They have one in Portugal, I think, too. They sponsored esports teams. They sponsored T1.
Yeah.
Faker. Everybody knows Faker,
Yeah,
right? So, so they're a very big company, and just having that happen and have the likeness of the Red Bull is huge.
Yeah.
So just baby steps, you know, and bear with them. I'm sure if they see that it succeeds, it'll be better moving forward, you know.
It's very interesting, man, because like it seems like some light is kind of being shed on our community now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you look at 10 years ago that like esports and stuff, it was pretty big, but it was one of those things that, you know, you guys are playing, you know, video games or whatever. But now they have these video game classes in like high school and stuff like that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? They're doing esports teams for, you know, imagine being in high school, man, and like
Yeah.
we could be a part of the esports team. Who knows, man? It looks like
we're-
they're shedding some
we're
light
a little
down on
early.
Yeah.
We're a little early
Yeah.
for that. Now, to answer this emailer's question about the tournament preparation, he said one of the things was how early should you arrive to these tournaments if you're flying and things of that nature. Personally, I think we're all in the same camp about an hour before the tournament starts.
Yeah,
About a good time.
you know, you never really kind of know with
Yeah.
Bandai,
Yeah,
like, you
yeah.
know what I mean? But get there early.
Yeah.
But, you know.
It depends on transportation because I had it where, like, example, it was like a semi-regional, and I'm like 30 minutes from the venue. I got like an hour earlier, but also say my friend Kat, for example, she was running late because the Uber wouldn't arrive or the Uber got lost. So it's like you gotta take that into consideration too. So if you for sure cannot get the transportation on time, just do the hour and a half. Be paranoid if you have to, especially if you really want to participate and you don't want to miss out. Because if you don't make it on time, you can potentially get dropped or give round one game loss too.
Yeah.
Depending, you know, I don't know the situation, but yeah, just be careful with that. But for traveling, it really depends. Always personally, I would say if you get to go to an event, you get your ticket, then feel free to book and travel. But if you're trying to waitlist, every TO has different policies. If I recall correctly, which things may change from you saw it in the past, Play TCG for their events that do in person and you line up. Core TCG does in person waitlist too, but it is lottery. So personally, I'm gonna go to the Pomona Regional in March.
Yeah.
That one is a lottery. I'm on the paper waitlist thing, so if somebody cancels and it goes through a line and I get in, fine. But if nothing happens by the time of the event and there's no shows, then they get a lottery, whatever's left. I might not get in, maybe I get in, but you know, you gotta have that preparation that if you do not have a ticket, don't fully expect to get into the event.
Right, and
like
that's
here.
what I'm telling everybody now because I know that all the regionals that we went to, and most of them have been play. We might have done something with Core TCG one time. I'm not too sure, but you know, usually when you get there before they fire off round one, hey, if you got a One Piece deck or if you're not signed up and you want to play today, come up to the front and do that. I don't advise you doing that right now because of how One Piece is right now. I don't think that it's going to be like that anymore. I'm not to say that it won't, but like, you know, Mesquite's having, is it Mesquite or is it Dallas?
Mesquite,
Yeah,
yeah.
Mesquite's having another regional. And, you know, the last time I went to there was plenty of room for people to just show up and come play. I don't think it's going to be like that. So it's one of those things that you just kind of, if you go to these things and you're not locked in, like he said, just be prepared to not play more than to play. And now there's the possibility, but do you want to spend all the money, travel, hotel, all that good stuff to have that probably, you know?
Yeah. Or you could play the numbers game too, because like basically I'm telling you how I did things. I saw the California event is like a 1,500 person event. So those historically have never failed.
Yeah.
Peoria, there was one in Texas, there was one in LA, the one
Right.
category one actually.
Yeah.
And then those never fail. So if there's no shows, then you have a pretty good shot. But obviously, it comes with the risk that you may not get in, and and shouldn't expect to. But if you do, awesome, you get to play, right? So it's not that crazy. But if you can't afford to go without playing, I wouldn't risk it.
Yeah. I think the main takeaway is that until you get more comfortable with traveling and everything, definitely make sure you're logged in, registered successfully, and everything for the event prior. Then like once you played a couple of these bigger regionals and stuff, have traveled a little bit, got some like miles underneath you, then you can know that like hey, maybe I can risk it for this one. I think we're all waitlisted for the Mesquite one, and we're talking about just driving, and then like we don't get in, we just drive back home.
Right. And that's also because we're just a little closer to it. We know the Dallas area, we got people out there, so like if we don't get in, we'll be able to be around people that love the game that we love and whatnot, and so it won't be that bad for us. But for somebody like the emailer, if you don't know really what's going on and you're on a wait list for an event, and also to know that too, a lot of people think that when it says wait lists that are new like this, they think that they're still getting in. Know that if you're on a wait list, that means that you're not in yet, and the possibility of it saying you didn't make it is not low, but it's not high, and it's just it's right in the middle there. You just don't know.
Where would y'all recommend the best place to keep up for where you can go ahead and register for these events early as possible?
Besides Orange's MetaFy, I think,
I know, right?
Following, which I'm sure he has links to it, but the One Piece trading card game website.
So real quick on the traveling thing, I do want to say that if you have a good community where you're LGS or you meet people at events eventually, I recommend like you try and socialize and network and meet people. And I don't mean it like in a business sense, but in like make friends, make a trip out of it and such. Because like, for example, right now I'm traveling with my friend Garrett, who was an old local. He's the guy that played Whitebeard back when they limited him to one. Which he's doing Gundam right now tomorrow for Nats. I'm with him. I'm at hotel. And also I'm with Bamper Gaming, who is from the Midwest. He's not my local, obviously, right? But I got to know him. We traveled to Japan, to Cancun, and now we're splitting a room, saving money. So when you go to events and you meet people, or even your locals, if they're planning to go to regionals, see if they want to go too. That way you can make your trip cheaper. Like if you're carpooling, if you're driving, make the gas cheaper, make the trip easier. The flight, you can't really fix the flight, but like the hotel gets cheaper, the Airbnb gets cheaper. So you don't have to do us on your own. You don't have to spend $500 on a hotel because you'll be splitting it. So
I love
if
that.
you got the friends, see if they want to go. Maybe they want to join you.
Definitely.
But for the signups and stuff, like I said, the website usually updates historically on 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning on Fridays. And that's when they have updates. There is no guideline on how they announce events. They just announce news on those Fridays. And I would just say, first thing in the morning on Friday, see what they showed. I think today was like very bare bones on what they showed. It was like something about, the Heroines event is up and something else. But there'd be times for like, here, now is your new Gear 5 Luffy promo for season 2026, right? Or here is the new set announced. So just be on the lookout on the official website. Let's give it a thing to see it every Friday when you wake up. See what's new, because they'll announce, new championship, whatever season this. And then it'll see store championship or regional or treasure cup. And you hit that tab and it's going to be like a main thing where it goes, here is the thing for regionals. And here's all the NA events and all the EU and LATAM and Oceania. And they constantly update them and they post them into that page whenever they get the clearance to announce them. I think they had a kerfuffle not too long ago with Core or something where they announced too early and they peeled it back. So it's a lot of logistics and legalities and stuff, I guess. So just be mindful and see when it comes up. Read it. Like right now, we have 3 or 2 regionals announced for US. We have the Cali one in Pomona and the one in Mesquite. So those 2 are up. Tickets went on sale quite a bit ago. And I think, when did it go on sale? Like
a month and a half, ago, maybe.
In context,
maybe like a month ago,
Yeah, so like events will get announced and then they will be on sale probably a month and a half before they actually happen.
And you got to be quick on that too. If you're trying to get in these events, find out the day they go live, find out exactly what website you need to be on. It's mainly Tixer.
Every TO is different. Play TCG, the Texas-based TO, is Tixer. PPG is Best Coast Pairings, or I think it's been Eventbrite lately. Core TCG is RK9. Top Code Events is RK9.
Which I wouldn't know about those if I wasn't doing like the online stuff, because that's the only reason I was on like the Best Coast pairing and the Arcane 9.
I like Arcane 9 personally. I've entered a couple of them for Pokemon.
Arcane 9,
and I personally think Arcane 9 is a really good website. I like that it's easy to find, to search and stuff. That's just an off topic.
Tixer just asks so much stuff.
Tixer does.
What
And
I like
it walks you
Tixer-
out immediately.
Yeah, but I like that Tixer because it has an automatic waitlist, so
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
have to wait on. So that one has an automatic waitlist where you say, "Oh, waitlist," and if people drop out of it, then they automatically put the next one in line. So if you're lucky, you get in, they charge your card, and you're in. You don't have to do anything else. Whereas, say, Core Pomona, right? That one, you do a Google form, and they let you know, they give you the email to sign up and whatnot. So it's not as automatic. You can miss an email, you could forget about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might go to spam or something.
Exactly. Yes, and those happen. So every website is different. They do show the link when they're ready to post the event. The link and date and the location get put on the website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, there's different ways to look into getting these events and different ways to prepare for them. Definitely check out Orange Samurai. He's going to set you up, and we'll put the link in the description. I'll get that from you and put that in there.
I do want to touch base a little bit more. You said earlier you don't like lunch breaks because that kind of goes into hand. If you actually get into these tournaments, there are different things that don't really get talked about, I feel like, a lot when it comes to actually playing tournaments. One of the biggest things is tournament fatigue, right? You go to a tournament and you're just getting too tired around round 3, round 4, usually when the lunch break is, and you just feel lethargic. There's a few things you just kind of need to come prepared with, right? Like one of the things I always do a liquid IV, so I'm hydrated throughout the tournament. I always bring a BC powder, so that way if I do get a headache, I can go ahead and knock that out. Something that don't get talked about: don't drink coffee, right? Don't drink diuretics. Yes, if you need caffeine, do caffeine, but find some type of alternative that won't make you have to quite frankly, go to the bathroom a lot.
Yeah.
Have the poops or pee a
Speaking
lot.
of that line in the bathroom today,
It's insane.
it was pretty long.
There's nothing worse than sitting down across from an opponent and having to pee real badly, and you just want to rush, and it takes you off your game state and things like that. Because the truth is, if you lose to something that's you could have prevented, you're going to beat yourself up, right?
Well, and Bandai runs these rounds very quick too.
Yeah,
so there's
they do.
not a lot of like in between. It's
There's
like
no downtime.
Yeah, get ready to play, and you're gonna be playing.
Yeah.
You know.
For the record, if you really, really have to go, please just raise your hand, yell judge, and tell them, hey, I really have to go. Can you please pause me for a second? The time's not gonna stop, but you can at least go real quick.
Yeah.
It might give you an extension sometimes
Oh,
too.
okay. Yeah, cool.
So
I
it's
didn't
case
know
by
that.
case, obviously. But if you really have to go, don't hurt yourself. Holding it or just rush out. Without telling anybody. Call a judge. They'll watch your stuff and just go and come back and get that resolved before it gets worse. Right?
Yeah.
The more you know.
Just come prepared for anything that can happen. There's nothing worse than having a headache and not having headache medicine, or coming dehydrated and you're like, man, I'm just feeling droggy because of that.
At least
Tournament fatigue is like a whole nother animal.
It
Also,
is.
I try to explain to some people who's never played in like a long form tournament like this, and they're like, "Oh, I'm physically fit. I'm doing this," and like, I'm like, it's not just
that.
it's not just about being physically fit. It's about being physically fit, mentally fit, and like just being able to do like a tournament where like the pressure is just on another level. You never. This is a kind of stress that is like different than like work stress or like family stress or like like daily life stress. This is like
you lose your mind.
yeah, you lose your mind.
Yeah.
Especially if you lose to something
was
dumb.
me
You're like,
today.
oh, I made a
You
mistake.
beat,
Dang
you
it.
beat yourself up, and like it's just
Yeah.
like tournament fatigue is like something that we need to touch space more on, and like maybe in the future we can get you back on talking more about that, Diego.
Especially
Yeah.
if you're traveling, it can also take a toll on you because you were on a flight, you were in a car driving, and then you're tired. Especially if you get a day off.
Yeah.
Like for example, I went to Lima, Peru for a personal trip and also a regional there, and I got to my hotel like almost midnight because my uncle drove me and he got lost because road renovations and whatnot.
Right.
And I woke up at 6 a.m. I had my breakfast and whatever because it was in the hotel. And then I'm ready for the regional. 4 rounds in, I drop, I get into a treasure cup. Halfway through,
Yeah.
and it's like
Definitely.
I was 5-0, and I felt like my decision making just fell off a cliff after that.
Yeah.
And I ended up X2. I still top, thankfully, but like I felt like my decision making was just shot after a while, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, before we get out of here, man, I want to ask you, who's winning Nets tomorrow or Sunday? What do you think?
Person or deck?
Deck.
No,
we want to talk to people. Yeah.
Hopefully, Chris Hawk. No. No. We have a sushi date planned for Japan if he does make it. For deck, probably Mihawk, I think, because it's like in Japan when they had the Tokyo area final, it was top 4 was Mihawk, Boa, and it was against each other, and Mihawk beat both the boss, and it was Mihawk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's potentially, but it could be the chance that matchups and whatever happens, and someone sees a really good tournament, a really good bracket, and different winner, right?
Yeah.
But we got Ace back to back, I think.
Yeah, Ace has been crazy, been going crazy.
Yeah.
But Oceana Mihawk won.
Yeah, because that was a new format. Yeah, but on the ones that were 13, Ace just crushed.
Oh yeah, Ace was crushing it.
Also,
Yeah.
Yellow Luffy. That deck is strong.
I love that deck.
I'm hoping to buy that starter deck this weekend, bro.
Yeah,
I don't have it yet.
It's so good, man. Look, I've been playing Emu the past format, but I was so busy because it was during holidays and everything. I didn't get to compete a lot, and I was gonna bring it today for the LCQ, but I've also been playing Luffy at locals, and I literally sleeved it up, didn't test on some, didn't do anything. I just brought it to locals, and I played 5 locals with it.
Yeah.
And I only lost 3 times in all those locals. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to bring this. Well, today I brought it out and went X3 and all of my losses were Mihawk. So
That happens.
yeah, it's just Mihawk. Man, Mihawk is a really good deck.
Should have
But
tested against us.
yeah, I know,
You didn't
right?
trigger hard enough, probably.
I wonder if we'll see a Katakuri top this week.
Funny enough, I have some friends. I saw them at the on the airport on the flight to here, and I asked, "What are you playing?" Katakuri. It's like, or you did ask? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You are. Oh, yeah. I mean, one last while, it's going out of rotation. It's like, oh, okay, cool, yeah.
Crazy.
It's still a good deck. It's still a really good deck. I mean,
But Six Life.
Yeah. It's one of those.
I think Luffy's a
man.
little better
It's
on
one of
that.
those.
I was like the biggest like shit talker of Mihawk. I thought that the deck was super fraudulent, and I didn't think it had the legs, But I will admit now, like after I've been playing for a couple of weeks, it's probably like it's also my favorite to win. That's for sure.
Yeah, Green is just one of those decks that just benefits from very generic cards, like Bonnie also did.
Yeah.
Or Green
Yeah.
Kid did, and Green is the most generic, powerful deck I think in the game.
Love it.
Yeah, I think black is close to now, and yellow's already been there.
It's Black is changing. At
Yellow's
least.
coming back, baby. We're back to show you guys that, you had to put us to sleep just for a little bit, but Yellow's coming back, man. Especially next format or next set, EB.
So bring back Kingdom Come, right?
No,
That's never
Bring
coming
back
back.
Kingdom Come, man. It
Reject,
doesn't need
Kingdom
to be
Come,
banned.
never
Well,
coming
now
back.
with all the new stuff coming out, it probably still
never
does.
It could
It can
stay going.
We can say reject though,
I was hoping for a new reject actually, because I was like saying like, yo, I really hope we get a red yellow wiper in OP15.
Yeah.
Instead
Yeah.
we got Lucy and Rebecca again. And
yeah, it's like that's really
nah.
odd. Like they picked some dress Versa leaders randomly.
No, I mean it's fair. It makes sense. Personally, I want it to be treble because of the troll
Yeah,
to upset people. But no, the distributor did say it's like Dressrosa, East Blue, and Skypiea. So it did make sense. Did they get 2 Skypiea leaders in Luffy and it's a reflection of also OP 5-2, which is
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's opposite colors also.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that. That's
Yeah.
actually really
I feel like that Don Creed deck just every time I keep
Don.
seeing those
Yeah, it
cards, I'm
looks
like,
good.
why is it so strong?
yeah. I'm really hyped on
the
that.
hack
Makes no sense.
golden
Don
Hawk-
Creed
it's the
just
golden
getting his
Hawk.
flowers, man. It's nuts. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Well, it was a great episode. I wish we could sit here and talk
Yeah.
all night, honestly.
Oh,
But
thank you for having me.
yeah, we gotta go on to the next one, I guess, man. But Orange Samurai, Diego, man, we appreciate you so much.
Yeah.
The first thing whenever we come to these events, we're like, what's Orange doing? We got to get them on no matter what, and it'll continue that way. We're gonna hit you up every time. And before we get out of here, we do our motivation stuff. So I guess we'll start off with Brian, man. What do you got, man?
Just because your dreams are small to you, or like people think that your dreams are small, like they matter to you because you thought about them every day.
Yeah. What about you, Alex?
Buy singles.
Buy singles, man.
Single
Buy
ladies.
The best time was yesterday. The second best time is today.
Okay.
Start.
Love it.
I love it, man. And going back to the email, man, I like that people are really getting into the competitive scene. Don't fall for the scalper stuff, man.
Nope.
Play the game because you love the game. If you love to collect cards, we love that too. Just don't make it your life, man. Like, I'm telling you now, you're not going to get rich off of this. There's people that have been doing it for so long, man, and they're still trying to get that deal. Don't fall for it. It's just like any other, pyramid scheme or whatever you want to call it. Love the cards because you love the cards, right? All right, guys. All right, before we get out of here, let's talk about our sponsors. Dueling Guard, hey, they just dropped that free Ren box today, and I am super hype about that. You guys know what's going on over here. So check out Dueling Guard. Go down below. You get a 15% off discount. And yeah, man, Dueling Guard, gotta love them.
Gotta love them. You also gotta love Anchored Goods. Leader cases by players for players. came with some new designs. He also has a blank design I saw on there too.
Really?
Yeah, we have a new link in the description that automatically gets you the code POP1 that gets you 10% off your leader cases. Get you a good deal.
Have you seen the leader cases yet?
Leader cases.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you one tomorrow.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm
Let me
gonna
know.
come
I'll be
find
there.
you. We'll get you one
All right.
tomorrow. They're awesome. And
Cool.
tournament legal, really good. I got so many compliments today.
Nice.
Shout out Kevin, man. Thank you so much for hooking us up. And it's a blessing, man. And it's
Yeah.
a blessing to sit here with Orange Samurai, man. So thank you so much. We're gonna go ahead and get on out of here, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right.
Peace.
See ya.